Welcome to the beautiful game. My name is Mike Mescano. Let's get straight into action. Now, our major talking point will be Club Brugge against Atalanta. Well, you know why it has been making so much of a ruckus all through since this match was played. Ademola Lookman has been trending even up until today. I just checked the trends and he's still there. And his coach, Gianpiero Gasperini, has also been training. Now, a number of people have accused him of different things: racism, discrimination, whatever have you. But what are your thoughts? Tomorrow on the beautiful game, we'll have more time to talk about this. But then let's take a look at what happened. Atalanta were up against Club Brugge. They lost the first match, came up onto the second match, and they really needed at home to get their acts together. Ademola Lookman, after missing 5 games, was back into the squad. He didn't play the whole first half, right? Atalanta were down. 3 goals, man. They were down. But then Ademola Lookman came up from the bench, scored a goal, right? Scored a goal and even scored another one that was chalked up for offside, maybe a foul in the build-up. And then the major talking point was the penalty, right? The penalty that he missed. We'll talk about that one. We'll get to see that one now. Let's take probably a play-by-play look at that penalty first, and then we'll now talk about okay, this is it, exactly. Now let's get to this point now. At this point, I thought it was a bad penalty. This is him running for the takeoff, and it was a powerful shot. It was a good save. The keeper made a good save. Let's just take that one out of here. But just before I go into all of this, Winfrey and of course Titi are on standby with me to take a look at this one. Right? I just want to look at it play by play. Let's ensure that this was quite a good penalty. Come on now. If you were the one that had to take a penalty, now normally you would say something. If
that wasn't a bad penalty at all.
Okay.
I think it was a good save. I don't know what the call is about. For real though, because there's just an ethics to the game, which includes not criticizing your fellow players or your club manager. You're not supposed to do that. So I feel like there's wrong on both sides here.
Exactly.
So you said that was not a bad penalty, it was just a good save. I'll say that was not a good save.
Okay, Danny, I'll get to you. I'll get to you,
No.
Danny.
Yes.
It
I'll
wasn't a
get to
bad
you.
penalty.
It was a terrible penalty.
I'll get to you, Danny. Now,
Sure.
normally, if you were to take a penalty, as I would always say, some of the best penalty takers are the Italians and the French. If you remember Euro 2000, that was the penalty shootout between Italy and France. Everybody, by the time you get to the penalty spot, of course, the penalty spot is 12 yards away from the goalkeeper, right? That's talking about penalty spots, 12 yards away from the goalkeeper. And if you were to take up this kind of stuff, you look at the situation where you'd have to put it far to the reaches of the net. And this was one that he did quite very well. Put it out far left of the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper made a very good save. But the thing about Gasperini now, which was quite interesting, is that he goes on to say that Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers he has seen. Now there is...
Based on that penalty, I would say exactly the same thing.
Come on,
I will honestly
now.
say that. Because as much as you say he actually shot it to the far left, I don't see that. I literally see him like shooting that thing directly to the keeper. That's what I see. I'm not a football player, but then again, you don't, come on. We have a 4-box.
But that line, the worst penalty of all time, come on now. It's a bit
He said the worst penalty taker.
Taker.
So maybe we'll go back and watch all of Ademola's.
After trying to score shots on goal twice.
No.
Come on now.
No, I'm saying
I don't think it was that
if the
bad.
keeper did not save that goal, there's something wrong with him.
Okay.
That's honestly what I would say. Because, that was a direct ball at that point. So,
I don't know.
that's my
But,
take.
so what exactly do you think is trending more? That the penalty was bad or that the manager criticized?
To be very, very honest, I feel we're in times that any statement can literally and easily be seen as either tagged, right? Tagged as racism, he said this, he said that, and everything. But then again, it cannot necessarily be based off this that will say, oh, fine, the guy is
taker.
No, that I would say that the coach is racist. Is what I'm trying to. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, Winfrey, I'll come to you because this thing I just said, something happened during the show, right? I didn't feel maybe Titi did something well. If I would take that during the post-mortem. Now, for those of us in production, I don't like using the word post-mortem because it portends someone's passing, but that's what we use in production. You treat it inside. Now, I don't come up on social media, on my IG live. Oh, Titi did not listen to the something I was saying and then the sound was not okay. How can Titi be that? Titi is the worst presenter? Come on. There is no justification anywhere for that. I would not take it. I would not want to listen to that kind of thing. If you wanted to look at the penalty, like I had mentioned, if you look at the French, and the Italians. Look, see, there are places that the keepers actually find it very hard to reach. If a keeper made a save from any of these points, that is an extremely good save. I just want to tell you. People take Panenkas because keepers at times make guesses. Now, one of the playing football now, Ivan Toney, yes, I would say that that's one of the best penalty takers. But then, of all time, Mario Balotelli had this technique where he would look at the keeper, not look at the ball. And then one thing you have to understand is that you put it into a place whereby, irrespective of what the keeper does, the ball goes in. And that is what Ademola Lookman did. So at this particular point in time, but no matter what, now, Retegi, there's Retegi there, there's De Ketelare, and then there's now there's a hierarchy for penalties. I think Lookman was third on the line now. The captain said, go ahead and take it. He just came in, scored a goal. There was that momentum behind him. My point is this. He brought out a statement and said, I did not want to take it. My captain said, go and take the penalty. And that is why he went to take it. So, Danny, I will off your mic. Don't, in fact, leave that set. Leave that set. You are the worst contributor of beautiful game I've ever brought. So my point is this: Gianpiero Gasperini, that was extremely wrong. We have all said it. Yeah. Look, even if you're going to criticize, doing it in the public was not the way to go. But then that game still went on. Ademola Lookman was still there, doing all he could do. And I would just dare say that, look, hey, that was not a perfect one.
Same find the manner, of course. It should be with your boys in the locker room, no problem. But then again, maybe he has actually been doing that, but he probably just felt this will actually have a better effect on the player. Maybe he'll put in some more effort into like giving us better penalties. But with regards to that penalty, I'm sorry. Sorry. You lost me there.
It's sure. Hey. You know what happened? If I invite you on this place again, my name no be Mike. If I invite you, your time has ended in this place. Otilo, it's all over for you. Nothing here. But yeah, that was the tale of a tape when it comes to Atalanta against Club Brugge. We'll take more of that tomorrow on the beautiful game. Let's take a look at Manchester City, who were up against Real Madrid. Now, that was the talk of the tournament. And of course, Kylian Mbappe showed himself. There's been talk about him blending in that particular team. And well, this time around, he showed that hat-trick that was denied, he came in. Now, I just want to talk about this goal. Vardiol. Look at, where do I even start this one now? Where do I even start this one? If I want to take an analysis and take a look at this one, where do I even start this one now? In